Pisces, welcome and to the Astroflower. Lovely to see you. This is going to be the energy tarot reading going from the 14th to the 20th of October. We're going to be going into just seeing how the energies are going to be affecting your Astroflower and the petals. It's going to be in accordance to the energy update which we have on this channel here. If you haven't seen it, please do go and see it because the energies are amazing at the moment. They really have kicked off. Like I've been saying for the last 6 months, this is going to be an interesting time. So yes, we're going to be seeing how those energies play into your flower. Then we're going to be getting some messages from the flower and then pulling some tarots on there for this week here. So without further ado, let's just sort of go into that. If you haven't seen the energy updates, as I said, please do go and have a look. It will help you to understand a lot more about what's going on in the energies. Here we have the sun over the last week. So this is the distributor of our local prana energy. So that energy is distributed from the sun. It comes through the earth, comes through us in the form of kundalini, which affects our chakras, our emotions and so forth. So the energies that are coming through at the moment, and we've seen on the sun here, this main section here, this is where there was an X flare, and there's been quite a few flares this week as well from there, but there's also a filament energy that came off on that eruption, and there's also another filament energy that comes off around this section here just before the for the X flare that just happened there, and that is the eruptions or the flares on the sun. Now that's air and fire energy. There has been a lot of air energy within the vibrations. We've seen that within what's going on in the world with all the hurricanes and so forth, and I think that's going to be with us. That type of energy, that background sort of energy, is going to be with us for the next sort of 4 or 5 weeks, possibly a little bit even more. The other thing that I'd like us to look at more than anything else are these two dark patches here. Now they're called coronal holes. Now that's earth energy that comes through the system. So how it affects the earth energy in your flower is going to be really interesting. The other two things as well is that filament energy, which is the water energy. Now obviously you are pure water, 100%. You're one of those 4 pure signs. There's Pisces, your good self, Aries, Virgo and Libra as well. So that sort of water energy is going to be very I think important as well within your readings, and we'll see where that sort of fits within your Astroflower. So let's just pull up the petals of your Astroflower. Here they are here, hang on a second, here they are there, do apologise, still get my head round it. So here we have Pisces here, as you can see on the external part of it all, you have that pure mutable water, which is your good selves. And this is your flexibility within your emotions. Your emotions can run dry though, and that will depend upon all that fire that you allow to come through you. Because there's one other thing that you should notice is all of that fire. Look, you've got mutable fire there, fixed fire there, and cardinal fire there. You've got all the qualities for your fire within your base. So you've got it on your karmic path here, on your relationship side, karmic path on your financial side, but also the interaction with the world that is around you in regards to the emotional side or spiritual side of life and the relationship side. And here you have that sort of mutable energies. So they've got that fun and happy-go-lucky vibe about you, very excitable energies within the emotional side of life. The earth energy, and this is the part that I'd like to look at more than anything else, is this here, the fixed earth that comes in from Taurus, that is 2 signs away from you, and then you have that cardinal earth that comes in from Capricorn, which is eagerly 2 signs away from you. But the Capricorn one actually goes into water because it's not a pure sign, Capricorn. In fact, it's a full sign. There's more water in Capricorn than there is earth. And how this direction you take on your financial direction, on the job or your business or your project, I think is going to become very clear in the vibrations that are happening over the next week, maybe even 2 weeks. We'll see what's happening in the sun. Keep an eye out that on the energy updates. But that seems to be like a compass of life for you within your financial world, and it is converting the emotional desire to explore something, a job, business or project, in a very sort of directional sense that has a point to it more than anything else. The other thing is there's also, you've got that fire and air that's underneath you there, which is that sitting, the background noise and how you interject with life. And that may mean here where you need to interject a little bit more than we would do before in order to get that direction, and in order to get as well that stability within your your emotional side of life, to have that consistency within the earth energy on your emotional side, which allows you to sort of say, I enjoy making jewelry, and then therefore you meet someone who enjoys, for example, clothes. And therefore you've got this sort of connection with the other person where it's to do with jewelry, clothes, that sort of thing, going out, enjoying life, experiencing and exploring things. It's that sort of, a physical connection that could be coming into your life. Okay, so let's just get some messages from the flower for you. Let's see what's going on within the energy from within you. There's a real determination on your relationship side here, and I think this could be sort of playing into that fixed air and that fixed earth that's playing at the top of your karmic path here. And it's almost as if, like, you've got it's a real determinant grit between the bit between your teeth. It's not in a nasty way at all, but it almost seems like that if you want happiness in life, you've got to really go for it. You've got to laser focus on it, which sometimes can be a little bit difficult for you because of that mutable water. And it's sometimes you might find yourself being pulled from pillar to post. And this is where the energy coming into life at the moment with that fixed earth could give you that sort of point of reference to actually pass from what you're thinking about doing and into what you actually do. Okay, I think that's what's sort of coming out on that sort of side. On the financial side, that's coming through you, it is a tale of two halves this week for you. I think in the first part of the week here, you're concentrating on the plan or the journey, getting that permit to open up your business, or you're concentrating on administration sort of side of life, or sort of almost you're concentrating as well on what should I be doing, sort of thing. And then in the second part of the week, it's much more sort of okay, let's try this out, let's push this, let's apply for this job, let's go look at some shops to rent if you wanted to open up a shop or something, or going into a project and so forth. It seems to be a week of two halves for you. On the card that comes out on this, on the overall energy, you get the 9 of Wands. I think it plays onto both sides really, because this is the cardinal direction, and I think this is where you're deciding on your financial side is like sort of organization, production or realization. This is where you've got the plan and you've got to stick to it. Pisces, you've really got to stick to it. So I was just getting something in about the relationship side there as well. It's almost, it's two sides. This is a double-edged sword for you in a way. On the relationship side, there is this determination from within you, which is absolutely brilliant. But at the same time, you have to be wary of being too strict about it. That's the thing that was coming in, and this is where it's playing into, yes, have your healthy boundaries, saying, have your sort of like red flags, have your sort of be very aware of sort of like going after something and having the criteria, the sort of relationships you want to have. It has to be connected in a very physical way. We have to enjoy the same things rather than just enjoy the personality of the person, because you do enjoy personalities, because you're such a personality within yourself. So there is that aspect of it all, and I think this is where this determination is giving you a bit of structure to what you want out of a relationship. you know, and it could be with family and a friend, or it could be, you know, with a new partner or your existing partner, whatever it is, love, and it could be your engagement of your spiritual path. Let's just see if there's some sort of message that comes out, what's going on, or what sort of things we can get from here. There's a lot of meeting of people. There's a lot of, and it seems quite official, really. There's a lot of sort of, how you doing? You know, as if you're meeting people you're meeting new people. And it's within your karmic path in order to meet new people. And it's not invitations, and it might be you have to give an invitation to someone else. So basically, you might have gone to the local shops or the market or whatever, and someone's put a flyer underneath your windscreen, you know, and it's sort of like for a jumble sale, you know. I don't know what you call it in America, jumble sale, you know, thrifting. That sort of thing, where you're just selling stuff out of your loft or out of your cellar or whatever, you know. And it's being provoked by outside of things to actually physically do, and within that's where you're meeting people, and there's an opportunity to explore. I thought I dropped a card then. It was that card there. Wow. 10 of Pentacles, very good. There's a great deal of abundance. There is a lot of people that's connected to it, but there's also this idea that one of the people that you meet has a significant impact upon your life, and it's a bit of a slow burner. It's almost as if you don't notice it, because I think you're concentrating on the healthy boundaries. It's as if you're not really noticing it. Okay, on your karmic path, you get the Page of Pentacles. This is all about that fixed earth that's coming in there. It's all about learning about the process that you go through, the timing of it all, the mid to longer term plans. It's learning about creating your own fortune of the future. So if I was to take a seed and plant a seed, the plant will grow, and out of that growth I will get fruit, therefore I will get even more seeds, but I'll also get something for me to eat. So it's like cultivating your own luck, as it were. In your connection to the universe, you get the Strength card. Yes, that's where you might need to be a little bit wary about your imposition upon the world around you. So you might have to be a little bit wary of how you, you know, how you put the bar. Don't put it too high. Your expectations, that's the word I'm looking for. You know, what expectations? Yes, I think you need to be strong and firm about that, but at the same time, do not price yourself out of the game, basically. That's what's coming for me. With the King of Cups, very much a you card in your past. This is where you're coming from. A clear position here as you go through that fixed earth and you move on into your future. You're coming from a place that actually you're very at one with your emotions. Or you should be. You know, or whatever you're engaging in the future, you've got to start from a position where you're happy to start from. And that's when you can convert your emotions into reality. Your future self, yes, death and rebirth. There is something that is definitely coming in the future, which is a very solid love, or a solid connection with someone in a very emotional way. And it could be just a friend that you just explore life, and it helps you help them as much as they help you to explore life. That's what seems to be coming down the future for you. On the lessons that come out this week here, or your connection directly, ooh, look at that. You get the Lovers and the Two of Wands. There's travel involved with this. The world's your oyster. The possibilities are there. This is one half of the Four of Wands. This is one half of the marriage, as it were. And that's what's coming out of it. It's connecting with other people in a way that becomes very significant within your life, in a very physical way. In a very, very physical way. Yeah, it's an absolute... I would get out there and certainly start shaking hands, you know, it's election season in America, so you can get out there in America and just pretend like you're you're shaking hands, meeting people. How you doing? Because overturning stones and seeing what's underneath them, I think is really important. Let's just see what's going on the financial side, shall we? Let's get a message what's going off on that side of there. Very busy. There's a lot of crossing T's and dotting I's. There's a very, when you get in work mode, Pisces, you really do. You get this sort of like, it's like a fish in water. When the fish is going with the flow or against the flow, it's in aligned with the flow, regardless of whichever way it's going. You're streamlining everything and you're really going in one direction. And this is where the first part of the week, that's what it feels like. You're really sort of like, there's a bee in your bonnet about going on. This bee in this bonnet is going to drive on this sort of opening up that sort of comes up in the next part of the week. Let's just see what's going on there. There's a lot of solidness within your past about this as well. So you could have been building to this by doing, you might have been at home sort of like you do painting, for example, you do singing or dancing or, or making jewelry or whatever it is. There's something that you sort of like started already that was a real sort of joyous, passionate, enjoyable thing, very emotionally fulfilling, but now it's going to another level. And I think this is dawning upon you, or it's dawned upon you already, and now you're putting into place those sort of like the steps, trying things out, seeing if it's possible sort of scenario. That's what's going on there. And this opportunity here that's coming out the front is really, it certainly floats your boat emotionally, needs to be seen financially whether it works. I think there's a case of trying things out here, trying things out. And the lesson that sort of comes out of this week here, dark horse, it's almost as if like you start doing something just for fun, like, I don't know, collecting old signs. And you get this old sign, you buy this old sign, and you might pay sort of like 20, 30 or 40 or whatever it is. And someone comes along and says, wow, that sign's worth an absolute fortune. Can I buy it off you for 1,500, 1,500? And you just kind of go, actually, I'm really good at this sort of thing. And that could well be the way it connects into your relationship side here. So look for the dark horse for it, as it were. On your karmic path on your financial side, you get the Three of Wands. Sometimes seen as a card of procrastination. I don't see that in you at all. On this card here, if you can see in the background, there's several waves there that the person is looking out to and seeing which wave of reality you wish to take. What wave do you want to ride in life? What do you want to take your life in regards to your finances? Where do you want to take it? And the universe here that's where the happiness comes into it. There's a multitude of things, I think, that once you start engaging with your joy of doing something, it's going to become very clear whether it's worthwhile making a career out of it. And there's multitudes of things. It's almost as if like you're giving your gifts to the world around you. From your past, yes, you've done a lot. You've streamlined a lot of these energies here. These Three of Cups here, you've streamlined it into this one cup. And that's why I think you get the knowledge or the learning or the abilities or the experience in the past. And this is a bit of a surprising cup. She's not even noticing that cup's being filled. And that's that whole sort of thing where it comes out of the blue in a way, and you just kind of go, wow, actually, this is what I can be doing. And you could be, say, like kind of going, I'm trying to buy a house, so therefore you're sorting out a lot of paperwork in order to buy the house. And all of a sudden this opportunity turns up that actually you could earn a bit of money out of, a great bit of money, which helps you to buy that house. Look at that, Four of Wands. What was I saying earlier on about the Two of Wands on your relationship side? I think they're interconnected. This is where you're meeting people. As I said, you could be going to a jumble sale or something like that, or car boot sale, and you're shaking people's hands and you meet someone who actually then becomes part of your life, and you actually enjoy buying and selling things, and you do that together. That could be a major offer that comes into your life that creates this opportunity for you to actually achieve a lot in your life, a lot more than just one goal, but it's one thing that's paying for it, the cash cow, as it were. Out the end of it, dark horse, judgment. This surprising thing that comes into your life, and this is where you get that cardinal earth that's blowing through there. This gives you that direction in your life, and that's what comes out in the Four of Wands. It's going in, it's a real celebration, and it's going into a whole new paradigm for you, a whole new thing, a way of doing things. And because you've got this certain determination about it all, and within you, this is where you can put a lot of clarity on it. You can almost, it's almost as if like you're really manifesting it more than anything else, the opportunity within your financial side. But what it's doing is actually manifesting a great deal of beauty and enjoyment and an engagement on your relationship side as well. Absolutely lovely, fantastic, Pisces. This is really good, a very good week. Yeah, so you know, do keep an head up on the energy updates, because then you'll be able to sort of see how the energies are changing as we go through it, and then you'll be able to see how it affects your reading for this week. So if it's a lot more air and fire in the future, this is the area, you know, the Nine of Wands, the Lovers, and the Two of Wands with the Judgment card. That's the part that's going to be affected. So make sure you keep up to date with that. Hope you get the best out of these readings, really do. Appreciate all the support you give to this channel for the YouTube system. Even sharing this video across all forms of social media is absolutely brilliant. That really helps out as well. I will see you soon, either on the energy updates or maybe even in the private reading. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.